May of 2009, as the Yukon River is thawing out from its being frozen over in the winter, there was an ice jam that caused significant flooding and damage on several villages along the Yukon. Samaritan's Purse identified Eagle, Alaska as a location that we could go and help minister to the folks and their needs.
Eagle is a town of about 180, 190 people, a very small town, and it's in the middle of basically hundreds of miles of wilderness. There's really not much around surrounding the city except for basically Alaskan wilderness. But to a town like Eagle in the middle of nowhere, it completely devastated them because they really have no help. And so you've got along the waterfront, basically all the homes were destroyed. This flood was actually a little bit different because it wasn't just water, it brought ice with it. And so that ice sheared 250-year-old spruce trees right off at its base. And you can imagine what it did to the houses. It looks a lot more like a hurricane or a tornado than it does a flood.
Whenever the water come up, they was 25 foot deep right here, and the house was up on that tree right there. And whenever the water went out, it come right down and stripped all the branches off of that tree.
One of the Eagle residents that Samaritan's Purse is helping is Don Mann.
I could watch the ice coming in, and I could see there was huge trees, 14, 15 inches in diameter. And these trees were just starting to break and bust and fall over. This ice right here where we're standing, there was a piece of ice here about 14 foot thick, and it was probably 40 or 50 foot wide and maybe 80 or 90 feet long. It was just huge. This whole area, you couldn't even get out here and walk around because it was just big old icebergs is all it was. Everybody was praying, and I was never so scared in my life. And my son, he was on his knees praying on the porch out here on the outside. And I asked him, I said, how come you're on your knees praying? And he said, I thought it was the time to get down on your knees.
Samaritan's Purse has decided the greatest need is new homes for these folks, to get them in a home before winter weather sets in. So our main focus is to bring volunteers in to help rebuild 13 houses from the ground up.
This is a floor system of one of the 20 by 20 cabins that we're doing. And as you can see right here, this is from here over, this is where their front porch is going to be. Each one of these houses will have about an 8-foot front porch. And then the house section is right here where you see this OSB board. Most of these houses are a 20 by 20 log cabin home. It's a 6-inch log with a rounded face, and it's a square log on the inside. It's a 3-sided log basically. They're put together with 10-inch timber screws that lock together, and on the corners they're a basic butt joint that alternate each course of log as they go up. These logs really provide a good structure, tight seal, and really are going to prepare these folks for the winters up here.
In Samaritan's Purse, every year God opens new opportunities for us. This year the needs are great in Eagle, Alaska, and we've got to be busy to build these houses using volunteer labor to get these homes built before winter weather sets in.